I know most of you are going to probably say, all you, calm down, listen to what I have to say. Is Tom Holland the worst Spider-Man we've ever got? Good question. Now, since 2002, since Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, I have said this big giant question. Who is the best Spider-Man? And most majority people who leave their little panels, their little poll thing, just give their get their information about, like, who is the best Spider-Man and who is a better Spider-Man. Of course, most votes will go to Tobey Maguire. The less votes will go to Andrew Garfield. And some pros and somewhat cons will go to a maybe on Tom Holland being the middle, lower, or just maybe kind of sometimes the highest. Now, when we were first introduced to Tom Holland's Spider-Man and Captain America Civil War, I'm going to be honest with you, I was happy to see Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I remember back in, 2013 when I did my review for the Wolverine, the Hugh Jackman Wolverine movie during that time. I asked a big dumb question, and I know I got the exact response. Whatever happened if Spider-Man and Wolverine were in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? And of course I got some comments saying, well, it wouldn't work because they don't own Spider-Man and they don't own, Fox. But now today, they have Spider-Man. They show Hugh Jackman in the Wolverine outfit. Finally, which I could have gotten back in the year 2000 or whatever, but all I'm saying is it's good that Spider-Man is in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But here's one thing I do want to say. Is Tom Holland the worst Spider-Man we've ever gotten? Well, to be honest, I'm going to have to say yes. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to say yes. Now, after Captain America Civil War, when it's now like Tom Holland's Spider-Man is now going to be the new Spider-Man, the new focus of this universe now. But now, looking at a couple other things. Really, a couple other things I do kind of realize what was better in the Tobey and Andrew universe than what we got in, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Let me put this one thing. I like the fact that Tobey is the definitive, goober Spider-Man that people seem to like the most, which they brought back, which they now made him more popular with Bully Maguire. I get a big kick of those Bully Maguire videos. I can't get enough of them. But part of me does like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, but really, Andrew Garfield's first costume as Spider-Man, it looks, in Amazing Spider-Man 2, it looks a lot better. The costume looks way better. But with Tom Holland, his costume, it's good, but it's not that good. It's really not that good. But all I can just tell you is I think Andrew has better quips. I think Tobey's Spider-Man is a lot more smarter than you actually expect. A lot more smarter. Maybe not in certain ways, but a lot more smarter. My only gripe with Holland's Spider-Man is one thing. Dude, you are stupid! You are stupid! When I watched Spider-Man Homecoming, how do you not realize Ned is in your room? I understand your tingle only works when you're in danger, but shouldn't you could have put two and two together, like, oh, maybe I should look, see. Like, I mean, I know Ned was sitting on the bed, but I'm like, Ned, really? You couldn't say, what the hell? Like, how could you not like, you just literally, I mean, I know Ned is kind of I'm like, come on, dude. You couldn't put two and two together that he was in your room? I mean, I know you slowly crawled in your room, like you know you were in danger because, you know, it's your friend Ned, but you couldn't at least use your eyes to realize, oh shit, Ned's in my room. Like, come on. And the whole thing with, you know, I mean, this several times, it's like, how do you not realize that? Like with freaking Tobey Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man movie, it's like when he realizes, when he, you know, swings in the room, takes his mask off, moment when May and the rest of them are about to be like, Peter, you've been in here all this time, but wait, where is he? And he jumps on the, like, you don't have good reflex like Tobey Maguire. Like, Tobey Maguire just stupidly, like, just stood there and, like, took his mask off and, like, they were like, Peter? You're Spider-Man? Like, come on, dude. Like, with Tobey Spider-Man, he at least was quick enough to jump up the ceiling. It's like, at least with Tobey, he at least knew what he was getting, what was coming towards him. Jumped anyways. With freaking Ned, you couldn't figure out. Like, come on, dude. And also, let's talk about the characters in the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. I mean the supporting characters. The characters we know who are going to be in the movies no matter what. Let's talk about Aunt May. Now, the actress who plays Aunt May was going to be at Comic-Con last year, but unfortunately, I would have gone to her, but sadly, I didn't have enough to meet with more than one celebrity. So, unfortunately, that's the reason why I chose Bryce Dallas Howard. But anyways, with that aside, I just got one thing to say. And I don't think I sound like a dirty old man, dirty young person saying this. But, good God. Aunt May in the Tom Holland Spider-Man universe, she is hot. She is hot as hell. Like, I know she technically was during the time, like, I don't know, like 50-something years old. Yeah, but so? The whole point of Aunt May is that they made her hot, they made her a MILF, but good God, you made her that much of a MILF? Like, good God, dude. But as much as I watch Aunt May and, you know, in the Tom Holland universe, that's kind of all they have for her. When you think about it. That's really all they have for her. She doesn't really do much in Homecoming besides, you know, doing typical parenting stuff that an aunt would do. And I think, yeah, she wasn't even much in the film in Far From Home. And then now I think when it comes to No Way Home, she actually winds up doing something. Like giving Peter the one thing which we know you're going to say, and I know Spider-Verse Peter would never want me to say it. But sorry, Spider-Verse Peter, I'm going to have to say it. And I am going to have to say it. With great power comes great responsibility. Yeah. But really, May doesn't really do much in practically in any of it. I mean, like with No Way Home, she actually does something, at least. But Yeah, as much as I like May and I like the fact that they May. When you think of someone like Aunt May, do you really think of someone who is hot looking, or do you think of someone who's technically the late 70-year-old woman who doesn't know squat that her nephew is, Spider-Man? But either way, yeah, May doesn't really do much in the Holland universe. At least with the other Aunt Mays in the Tobey and Andrew universe, they at least have some type of moral, way of being in the movie. I just get a kick every time I watch Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2 with I don't know, I just like May in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, the comedy scenes, the 2 comedy scenes that they decided to add in those movies. What are you doing? I've been doing my laundry. No, last time you did it, you turned everything blue and red. Yeah, because I was cleaning my American flag. I was like, no one washes a flag! Peter, for the love of God, will you let me in the room? What's going on? I'm really nude right now. What's wrong with your face? It's filthy. It is? Yes! I was cleaning the chimney. We have no chimney. What? Yeah, as much as I like Sally Fields in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 franchise, I'm gonna be honest with you, I still like the other lady a lot better in the Tobey Maguire universe. And honestly, granted, if they do make Spider-Man 4 with Tobey, they're gonna probably say that she kind of passed on. But May, like I said, doesn't really do much for me. Despite her being hot in the Holland universe, but otherwise, that's all she has got. And Mary Jane, Dewey! I'm saying it wrong. Michelle Jones. Watson. The moment I saw that before, I'm like, so you just gave Mary Jane a different name with with the same syllables, but still calling her MJ. How do you lose the copyright for MJ? I'm sorry, Mary Jane. How do you lose the copyright for that? How do you lose the copyright of calling MJ Mary Jane? The song didn't go, I'm in love with Mary Jane. That's not how the song goes. The song doesn't go like, I'm in love with Michelle Jones. Wait, what? That's not how the song goes. And the fact that you made her not white, not a redhead, but I'm okay with that. If you wanted to make a black, Mary Jane, or you're afraid of we call her Mary Jane, some people might find that offensive or think we're just race swapping people. It's like, guys, come on. I understand you wanted to do a different universe because you wanted to do something different, but Peter's in love with Mary Jane. And that's the reason why you go from Mary Jane, the reason why you went to Gwen Stacy to Mary Jane is like, come on, guys. And also, the whole point about MJ, let's call her that instead. The whole thing about MJ is that, she's kind of stalking Peter. Then we have, I just found it weird in Homecoming, he's in love with another girl, and that technically was another girl he was in love with in the comic books and in the TV show. But the whole thing about that is in comes Far From Home. He's now in love with MJ now. I'm like, I just found it weird. Like in Homecoming, she says she has this weird thing. It was like I just thought she was weird in Homecoming. I thought Zendaya was so weird in Homecoming. It's like, so you decided to turn her into Mary Jane? Sorry, MJ? You decided to have her be like, what was, like, why? All she does is I mean, I know they were trying to go for a different way of having her as a character, but she was just weird in Homecoming. And tell me, don't you find it even more weird when it comes to him going to the dance? The moment she sees him, she flips him off. It's like, you're weird. And then now you're in love with this girl? This girl who says this weird shit thing like, Peter, what's going on? What are you hiding? I'm just kidding. I don't care. You can go. Like, that's just weird. And you fall in love with her because you now find out that she kind of figured out that you're Spider-Man? Which, I guess, if the shoe fits, yes. But she just comes off as being weird, dude. I mean, weird. And the fact you're now in love with a girl who technically was sort of kind of stalking you, or kind of like, I mean, don't you seen that part in Far From Home where he jumps off the bus to take out the drone, and she's obviously not looking where everybody else is looking at, and she's like, "Wow, I definitely saw that." Like, just watch Far From Home and just tell me, does that make Peter still look like a dumbass? In the end, I mean, then she admits to him that, yeah, because you're Spider-Man. And all this time she's been stalking him? Like, so let me get this straight. A guy stalks a girl, he's a creep. A girl stalks a guy, that's okay? We live in weird times these days. But either way, all I'm just trying to say is I find Zendaya okay, and I do like the fact that their relationship kind of sort of builds up in this film a little bit. Just a little bit. I didn't say a lot. And also, let's go on to Flash Thompson. Alex, calm down. Calm down. Keep it together. Okay. That is the worst Flash Thompson I've ever seen in my life! I don't know what... Okay. Alex, calm down. Calm down. Okay. I understand you guys got a lot of threatening letters saying you make Flash Thompson another tall, blonde, white guy who's a bully. Here's what I need to tell you. Now, I'm sorry to tell you this, but instead of just making Flash Thompson, you know, let's just say, maybe you don't have to get someone who's like let me rephrase that. Maybe you don't have to get someone who's like 6'5" height, 6'5" tall person to play Flash Thompson. You don't have to do that. And maybe you don't have to make Flash Thompson white. You can make him black. A jockey black guy, or jockey Asian guy, or a jockey Middle Eastern guy, or a jockey, you know, other guy who's a different race. That I can understand. But what you chose has got to be the dumbest Flash Thompson I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm not saying Flash Thompson's supposed to be a smart guy who worships Spider-Man but treats Peter Parker like, dog shit. But all I just wanted to tell you is this Flash Thompson you chose looks like he can get easily beat up by the ghetto people in Boston. This guy looks like he can get beat up by the girls. Or Peter looks like... I'm like, Peter, why are you scared of this shithead looking kid who you look like you can just punch, like, or quote Steven Seagal, like elbow Aikido them in the freaking nose. Like, this guy's not scary. I mean, when I look at the other Flash Thompson guys, I'm like, Flash Thompson from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man universe. Oh, fits the description of a bully. Flash Thompson in the Andrew Garfield universe. Oh, that definitely looks like someone who's a bully. And I'm like, you get a Middle Eastern / I'm guessing Puerto Rican short guy who's not even my height, who's not even close to my height. If someone like that almost hit me with their car, I would super kick that shit at the back if he tried to say, yo man, you just hit my car? And I would just punch them dead straight in the freaking punch them in the back of their freaking heads like, come on, this guy's a shithead. I know you're probably saying, well, he's supposed to be a different type of Flash Thompson that they don't want to obviously do. Like, that's kind of Flash Thompson's character. A jockey, a jockey character who treats Peter like shit, and the point of that, you try to make him a little smart. That's not Flash Thompson's character. That is really not Flash Thompson's character. Flash Thompson is not supposed to be, secretly a genius because you bring him to a genius school and he's supposed to be the... Come on, he just looks like a little shithead. Like in all the Spider-Man movies, he's just a shithead. What do you expect from a... Like even the girls feel like they can punch him upside his head. You even seen that one scene in Far From Home where he's doing his little podcast thing and some random person punches him in the balls? Do you have any idea how much that makes me laugh? You have no idea how much that makes me laugh my ass off. But anyways, enough of that. But either way, now on to Holland's Spider-Man himself. Okay, I know you wanted to do something different besides doing the obvious thing where we don't have the whole Uncle Ben thing. We don't have the whole he now knows with great power comes great responsibility. That I can understand you didn't want to do it the third time around because you did it already twice already. But now with this, you now do this new thing where he, instead of Uncle Ben, the person he now worships is Tony Stark. I'm gonna be honest with you, it looks like some of the other Avengers do not like you, dude. I look at that scene with Falcon, when he's like, I don't think you've been to a fight before, but this isn't as much talking this often. And we obviously know that Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Shaw are not the biggest Tom Holland fans at all. But, that's why we only got one film with them together in that one scene, and never again. Never again. And also, my favorite part is the Doctor Strange one. Not the part where he says, where he's like, I'm Peter, Doctor Strange. Oh, we're doing made-up names now. I'm Spider-Man. No Way Home, where after he screws up Strange's, part to reverse the spell of knowing Peter is Spider-Man, I think it's kind of Peter's fault anyways. Maybe if you kind of wrote it on a piece of paper and say, I want the whole world to know that I'm not Spider-Man except my friends and family and people who should know who I am, Spider-Man, including the Avengers. That would be much better. By just saying, I just want everybody to forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, whatever, and screwing up Strange's spell. It's like, you screwed up the whole entire thing, dude. You really screwed up the whole entire thing because you can't shut your damn mouth. You can't shut your damn mouth for one damn minute. And the reason why it's Strange is like, look, Parker, I'm sorry that you and your friends didn't get accepted into college. Maybe if you were to plead your case with them, maybe they would probably reconsider. And I think this is... I may have liked it when I saw it for the first time, but now realizing it, you now realize that's all you could have done? You now realize that's all you could have done? And Strange is looking at him like, wait, you haven't even talked to them? And Peter's like, well, I thought I got their letter and I got the expression, I'm sorry. You didn't even think to plead your case with them after you decided to have me brainwash the whole entire world? I mean, when you put it like that, get it out! I'm like, dude, you couldn't put two and two together? That you could have just talked to these people and tell them you don't? You're like, come on! Oh my God! My God! Unbelievable! And then now when Strange thinks, now comes to the climax, and honestly, we know who really got the better story arc in No Way Home. Andrew and Tobey. Andrew and Tobey got the better story arc because one, Tobey gets to reunite with Dr. Octopus. Gets to reunite with Norman Osborn, stabbing him, in the back or shoulder or whatever. But, and also, and Andrew's Spider-Man gets his sort of redemption by saving MJ. Everybody's like, are you okay? And you know what? I do like the fact that Andrew Spider-Man and Jamie Foxx's Electro kind of I guess everybody gets a little bit of a kick when he's saying, hey, sorry to mention this, but I actually thought you were black. Andrew's like, I'm sorry. Nah, it's okay. There's gotta be another black Spider-Man out there. Oh, it's coming soon. And trust me, Jaden Smith's not gonna be their choice. But anyways, yeah. Andrew and Tobey got a better story arc in No Way Home. Holland, I guess in some ways, maybe tell Doctor Strange, maybe have everybody, have the whole entire world except my friends and family and the Avengers. Maybe do a spell where only they know I'm Spider-Man, except the whole entire world who is against me as Spider-Man. And you know what? Yeah, go right ahead. Yeah, that would have been a much better choice by saying this erasing Peter Parker from existence. Now, you could have just done that instead of just saying, I want the whole entire world to forget that Peter Parker ever exists. Stewie!
Spoiler alert! Okay.
Thank you. All I just want to say is, and you know, the whole thing with Tom Holland Spider-Man, I just think, so somehow or some way in Spider-Man Far From Home, you now have a tingle. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Not Far From Home. Avengers Infinity War, you now have a tingle where you get like goosebumps. And tell me, does anybody, you know, I hate to bring up something that's tragic, but, I mean, not too tragic, but did anybody cry at the end of Infinity War when it came to this scene? Because yes, all us Usher guys, we turned into Usher ladies those times. Either way, what's my point? As much as I like Tom Holland as an actor, and the fact that he does his own stunts, he's got to be the most annoying Spider-Man of all time. I mean, I know you wanted to do something different. Still keep him the straight man. Still keep him white. Just have him be kind of a teenager. But the whole thing about Spider-Man, he's supposed to be 18, probably 19, in college. But yeah, I understand you want to go to a different way of making Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which, to my credit, I am a little concerned about Fantastic Four this year. And it's not a maybe on the X-Men movies, but yes, I know they're not going to bring Hugh Jackman back because yeah. But yeah, I still love Deadpool and Wolverine. That was still good to see. But how they did Spider-Man, it's kind of awful. How he did Spider-Man. Now, first, I didn't realize it at first because I was kind of going with the crowd. And it's kind of weird how people hated the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Then in comes Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Now, people now say, "Oh no, we love Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. We're sorry. Can you bring Tobey back or whatever?" Or like. Then in comes Tom Holland Spider-Man, and they're like, "Oh, wait, no, never mind. Forget Tobey and Andrew. We'll stick with Tom." Guys, it's like this. I don't know. It's not like the Star Wars fans, but it's literally like they have to say, "Well, we didn't like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, but in comes Andrew." Now people change their minds. In comes Tom Holland. Now people want to change their minds. I don't know. People just some crowds seem to change their minds about, well, practically about everything. Really, practically about everything. Yeah. But either way, I think Tom Holland is the worst Spider-Man. Is he the smartest? Well, let me tell you this last thing that pisses me off about Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and that is, oh my God, the whole Mysterio exposing him as Spider-Man. I'm like, did you even think about what's gonna happen? Did you even realize that he was going to use AI or some type of AI to manipulate the world into thinking what you didn't do? It's like, what? I mean, you have control of that stupid, sunglasses thing, and you didn't put two together that he could have probably done something to, like, I think it was Andrew or Tobey, they would have been like, maybe he would have done something to make it do something to make it look like, you know, he was innocent, or like, I just think Andrew and Tobey have better spider senses than Tom. I mean, I really think Andrew and Tobey have better spider senses than Tom. They seem to be smarter. I mean, yeah, they both seem to be smarter people. And yes, I do love that scene in No Way Home where Tobey Spider-Man, just when Tom's about to impale Green Goblin with his, you know, glider, Tobey Spider-Man's like, he doesn't have to say words, he doesn't have to say anything, he just has to use his body language. And to be honest, I think Tobey Maguire is the better Spider-Man. And I think Andrew is a better, you know, cool Spider-Man. And I guess cool Peter Parker. But I'm just sorry. I just think Tom Holland is the worst Spider-Man. Just the worst. I mean, I would say, well, anyways, you get what I mean. As much as I like the Spider-Man movies, I do love parts of No Way Home. I do love the fact that they had an idea and they went with that idea. But part of me does say, you could have done better. That's all I can basically say. You could have done way much better. Now I got that out of my system. The next video I'm going to do, and I promise you, I am going to do it, hopefully some around this week or the next, is Chris Stuckman before and now. So, don't worry, I have a lot planned for that. You're going to get a lot out of me when I do that video. So with that being said, guys, that ends today's video. Vertical Spy, outro. And one last comment I want to mention. The person you see in the end of this video is the real Steve Blum. Voice of Spike, Tom, and many other voice acting characters he's done. So, definitely listen to him when he says, Steve?
Yo, Steve Blum here, voice of Spike Spiegel. Remember to subscribe and get vertical.